Airbags react to you.
Derek is Derek. He's positive. He is certainly awake and knows what's going on. And he is that guy that I think we all know is going to he's going to give this everything he has.
Wish him well. Some NFL notes as both Super Bowl teams arrived in Atlanta Monday. The Jets have named Al Groh their new head coach, Ray Rhodes the new defensive coordinator of the Redskins, and Sherman Lewis the new offensive coordinator for the Vikings. More news next. I'm Rob Goldman, CLTV Sports.
As the day winds down and the rush hour commute home is behind you, turn to Chicagoland Television for complete news coverage in your neighborhood and beyond. For the only local evening news between 6:30 and 9 p.m., turn to Emmy Award-winning CLTV News, Chicagoland's only 24-hour local news source.
Eyes of a puppy dog, lips made for sin. You're not dreaming. I'm for real. We got a call.
Hello.
Louis?
Yeah?
Want to get away? Now you can. Fly Southwest Airlines coast to coast for $99 or less when you purchase tickets by February 2nd and travel Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
You are now free to move about the country.
Here's a look at the community calendar. On January 29th, Heritage Theater Company in Romeoville presents Another Day, a dramedy based on a true story. The Evanston Art Center is offering over 100 classes and workshops beginning January 31st. For more information, call 847-475-5300. And Rush Copley Medical Center is offering tours of their maternity unit. Call 630-978-6700. Send your events to CLTV, 2000 York Road, Oak Brook, Illinois, 60523.
Wouldn't it be nice if kids came with instructions? If you need help with your parenting skills, Parents Anonymous can help. They're a support group where you can meet other parents and figure things out together.
Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Give them a call at 1-800-443-4376. Call now for your instructions.
This is a CLTV News Update.
Hello, I'm Greg Prather. In the news, a 26-year-old woman and her two daughters are dead on Chicago's southwest side, apparently from carbon monoxide poisoning. Police found the three inside their home at 4542 South Wood Street. An investigation is underway to determine the source of the fumes. Governor George Ryan is reversing his position on the controversial liquor law. A Ryan spokesman says the governor could also sign a bill that would repeal the original law. That law was passed with Ryan support last May. It makes it extremely difficult for liquor and wine suppliers to fire their distributors. And despite years of falling enrollment at Chicago parochial schools, the Archdiocese opened a new high school on Monday. It's the New Cristo Rey Jesuit High School, the first new high school in 33 years. One unique feature, students help pay for their tuition by working one day each week outside the classroom. And that's a brief look at the news. I'm Greg Prather.
Now, CLTV's call-in show for sports fans with opinions. It's the only show in Chicagoland offering you live one-on-one with the pros that know. This is SportsPage.
And Monday night means that we go on the power play here on SportsPage. Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Goldman. As always, Billy Jaffe will be alongside. And joining us tonight, Hawks goaltender Steve Passmore. He's been a one-man wrecking crew when it comes to taking on the Red Wings, and he's put together a pretty solid season thus far. The Hawks, meanwhile, they continue to tease us. Just when you think they may have finally turned the corner, they take a couple of steps back. Your chance to talk all things hockey tonight with Billy Jaffe and Hawks goalie Steve Passmore right after we check the news of the day. Don't look now, but this has been a pretty good century so far for the Bulls. A .500 record in 10 games so far in January. Not bad at all, especially when you consider that they won a total of 2 games the first 2 months of the season. Larry Bird and the Indiana Pacers in town tonight at the United Center, and Elton Brand just continues to impress as the season goes on. 18 points for the rookie in the first half. The Bulls, though, were down by 10 at the end of one quarter, 27-17. The Pacers with 22 field goals at one point and 21 assists in the game. Mark Jackson, 11 assists in the first half. Jalen Rose, 12 points in the first half to lead the Pacers. Youngster Al Harrington with the strong finish along the baseline. Bulls shot just 5 out of 14 free throws in the first half. Down 51-37 at the break, but the Bulls a 12-5 run to start the second half. It's 56-49. Bulls trail by 7. They're early in the third quarter in that one. Well, Michael Jordan making good on his word to see what the Washington Wizards are made of. He practiced with the team that he's now in control of today. Could you ever imagine Jerry Krause putting on a practice uniform and working out with the Bulls? I don't think so. Michael was wearing number 23, of course, and he even got into a little trash talking while he was out there with some of the Wizards. Of course, it's not very often that the best player on the floor at practice is one of the team's owners.
They get up for the challenges, and, the way they separate themselves from the average team and a good team or, better teams is to take advantage of teams that they're supposed to be taking advantage of. You don't make a big win against Indiana and then come back with a lackluster game against Atlanta. It negates the win against Indiana. So, those are the things that they will have to learn. And certainly as a coaching staff, as an organization, we're going to force them to do better in those circumstances. As long as my body holds up, because I think it's fun. I still love the game, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take away from their progress. If anything, I want to enhance their progress by either watching what I do or telling them what some of the things to look for. Richard Hamilton and LeBron, those are the two guys I feel like, playing the position that they play, and I can give some insight for the long term.
Well, a couple of Western Conference heavyweights going at it tonight in Utah, Jazz and the Lakers. Ron Harper, still got some life in those legs, right down the middle, coast to coast with a bucket. Shaq also with a decent first half. Gets the rebound, put back slam there. 26-17 LA at the end of one, but the Jazz came right back in the second quarter behind Karl Malone, outscored the Lakers 27-17 to lead it by 1 at the half. Shaq had 26, Malone 20 through 3, and Utah up 5, 66-61 at the end of 3. We'll get you a final on this one on our late edition of the news. Tragic story out of Kansas City where one of the most feared pass rushers of the past decade may never walk again. Chiefs linebacker Derek Thomas is hospitalized with a broken back and neck following a car accident on an icy patch of highway that also killed his friend Sunday. Thomas is paralyzed from the waist down, does have use of his arms and upper chest. He was transferred to a hospital in Miami late this afternoon, and he's set to undergo surgery on his spine. Doctors are still holding out hope that he may be able to fully recover.
Derek is Derek. He's positive. He is certainly awake and knows what's going on. And he is that guy that I think we all know is going to he's going to give this everything he has.
Take some luster away from the games, doesn't it? With only 1 week off between the conference championship games and the Super Bowl instead of the usual 2, that means both teams headed to Atlanta today. Rams and Titans both arrived in town late this afternoon via their chartered flights. As for the 1 week preparation time, it's not as if these two teams haven't seen each other before. Back on Halloween, the Titans beat the Rams 24-21. At the time, it knocked the Rams from the ranks of the unbeaten. And the short week also means that 2 weeks worth of Super Bowl pregame hype will now be condensed into 6 days.
It's very, very exciting to be here, represent the NFC Conference and represent the city of St. Louis and the St. Louis Rams organization. It's been a while since the Rams have been in this position, and of course it's been 19 years since I've been in it, so it's very, very exciting.
At least he didn't cry. Lots of NFL notes. The Jets have named Al Groh their new head coach. Ray Rhodes is the new defensive coordinator for the Redskins, while Sherman Lewis is the new offensive coordinator for the Vikings. Dave Wanstead has hired Clarence Brooks as a defensive line coach in Miami. Brooks held a similar position under Wanstead while he was here in Chicago. And the Saints and Patriots have both asked for permission to talk to Jacksonville defensive coordinator Dom Capers about their head coaching vacancies. Well, it used to be known as a baseball city, but not anymore. In the sports section of tomorrow's Chicago Tribune, there's a look at how St. Louis has gone Ram crazy. Plus, pro football writer Don Pearson says there's bad blood between the Rams and the Super Bowl opponents, the Tennessee Titans, and it all stems from back on Halloween when the two teams played down in Nashville. That's in the sports section of Tuesday's Chicago Tribune. Tonight on the page, it's the power play. Billy Jaffe is here, along with Hawks goalie Steve Passmore. We'll be taking your calls on our Ameritech phone lines. First, though, as we head to break, I want to take a look at how you can enter our Brave the Slopes sweepstakes. And, folks, this is one contest that's worth entering. All you need to do is fill out a postcard for a chance to win round-trip airfare for two to Lake Tahoe. We'll get you 4 nights hotel accommodations at Harvey's Casino Resort, a rental car, and you get lift tickets. It's a skier's dream vacation, and we're giving it away here on CLTV. Plus, those of you who get through tonight on the Ameritech lines and all this week on the phone lines will automatically register you for a chance to win the sweepstakes prize. So start dialing. We're back with Billy and Steve Passmore of the Hawks right after these messages.
SportsPage is brought to you by the Chicago Wolves.
In a world where nothing is what it seems, lies a tangled web of aggression and pain. Never has there been a battle so fierce. Until now. Andre Trevelyan, Nicholas Anderson, and Steve Monte. Chicago Wolves. Be there.
It's Wolves hockey at the Allstate Arena. Call 1-800-THE-WOLVES.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will feel better about my dad living by himself.
I will know my children are safe.
I will go on vacation and finally be able to relax.
ADT's advanced technology and skilled professionals help more people feel safe in more ways than any other security company. Call now and get ADT's sophisticated burglary system installed for as little as $99. You could also save up to 20% off your basic homeowner's insurance.
I will live my life.
My life.
My life.
On my terms!
Call now and get the ADT burglary system from $99 installed, plus up to 20% off homeowner's insurance. Get the power of ADT.
Searching for that perfect house? The possibilities are endless. The locations, the sizes, the options, you need help. Your visual guide to hassle-free house hunting is here. This Sunday, relax, turn on CLTV, and watch the Baird & Warner Home Show at 11:30. See numerous homes on the Chicagoland market with various locations, sizes, and options to suit your family's taste. It's the home of your dreams. The Baird & Warner Home Show, this Sunday at 11:30, only on CLTV.
Boy, he has been the personal goaltender of the Detroit Red Wings, the way things have gone this year for Steve Passmore of the Blackhawks. Here's our guest here this evening on the SportsPage Power Play, Billy Jaffe, alongside as well. We're going to talk a little Hawks hockey. We'll get into the Wolves as well, but we're glad to have Steve Passmore with us. And let's get right into the Red Wings thing. We saw that right off the top, another great save. Of all the teams to have success against, you think maybe Nashville or some of the Islanders or something like that.
Boston.
They take it easy. They throw you right in against the Red Wings, and you just live for playing them, I guess, huh?
Well, like I said before, when you only play once about every 3 weeks, it just happened to be against the Wings, and I don't mind. I don't mind playing them at all. I wish we could go there a few more times.
I said at the top of the show, you guys are kind of teasing us right now. You had a nice little streak going there. It looked as if at 1.6 points out of the last playoff spot we were talking about. And then came that 11-shot stinker against St. Louis on Friday night, and Luz was giving up 2 goals within 10 seconds last night to a rookie in Dallas and beat you 3-2. Kind of just flirting with it here. You can't seem to put it all together at one point.
Well, I think we definitely stumbled, but, as far as are we falling off the pace? No, I don't think so. I think we're right there, and we're starting to come together as a team. St. Louis, 11 shots. It's not good. We won't pull any punches. We didn't have a great game. We'll give them some credit. They against every other team in the league, they only allowed 22, fewest in the NHL. So, they've got a pretty solid defensive crew.
I was going to say, have you ever seen, I mean, this year in the NHL, they're, besides being big guys, I mean, between Pronger and McGinnis and Reardon, Bergevin, I think, is the smallest guy at 6'2" or 6'2.5" back there. Have you ever seen the defense this year as good as St. Louis?
No, I mean, they're solid right now, and they've been solid for a while, and they just seem to keep getting better. When you look at the stats, I was looking before the game, and you've got Chris Pronger, who has 109 blocked shots going into the game. No wonder their goalies are getting shutouts. They're not seeing any shots.
Yeah, Roman Turek's having a career year that I still say,
I don't want to take anything away from him.
Right, but I still say he should be in the All-Star game this year.
I agree with that, and I agree with Freddie Brathwaite as well. I think he deserves some votes.
You just like Freddie because you're about the same height.
No, I agree. I like Freddie because he's actually one of the only guys in the entire league that's shorter than I am.
Your record 5-8-2. You look at the amount of times that you've had a chance to get out there and play. Is there a set rotation or anything like that, or does he just give you an idea? You have to get hot and you'll stay in there. If Jocelyn is hot, he would stay in there, or is it just kind of that night you'll show up and you look at, or that morning at the pregame, and you're the guy that's going to be in the net?
I just keep hoping every morning when I get up, my gear's still there in the morning. As far as a set rotation, no, there's not a set rotation. When Lorne gives me the nod and tells me I'm going, that's the way it goes. When Joss needs a break, hopefully I can step in there and help the team, and that's about the way it's going right now.
Now, you bring up a point about talking about you hope to see your gear there in the morning, but for a while, Steve, at the beginning of the year, there was supposed to be a rotation set up with you and Mark Lamoth, the goaltender who is with the Blackhawks organization with the Cleveland Lumberjacks this year. How tough was that dealing with that? I mean, was that in the forefront or the back of your mind, knowing that you're maybe supposed to go down to Cleveland for a while and maybe come back up? Because that's something that not a lot of players on the team had to deal with.
Well, I won't lie to you. It wasn't a situation that I wanted, and I asked them right off the start when they mentioned it to me. I asked them if I could influence their decision by the way I played, and they said I could. So my goal was to do exactly that. Hopefully, influence their decisions by my play, and hopefully I've squashed the whole idea of going down to Cleveland.
Yeah, he really has so far. I mean, you've only been down there for 2 games this year.
2 games.
Yeah.
We just saw some of the highlights against the Red Wings, and I'm even thinking back to that New Year's Eve night in here watching the game. And I know you gave up a goal late, but the overtime you were tremendous to get the tie. Do you think the performances against the Wings is one of the reasons that they've kept you here, the way you're able to play against a great team like that?
I don't know if that's the reason or what's been going on, but I'm just trying to, every time I do get the chance to play, which right now isn't very often, every time I do get the chance, I'm going to go out there and prove to them that, them and other teams in the league and everybody around, that I deserve to be here. And I've paid my dues in the minors over and over again, and hopefully this is my chance to stay up here, and I'm not going to let anybody take that away.
Now, do you prepare any differently, Steve, for a game when you know you're going to be backing up compared to when you're going to be starting?
I'd like to tell you I'm a lot more focused, but I'd be lying. No, I'm exactly the same. I think a lot of guys that have played with me or against me know the way I am. I laugh, joke, smile, sing, have a great time out there, and that doesn't change. Backing up, playing, I just enjoy coming to the rink every day. And yeah, I know you've heard that tons of times, but I'm telling you, we're getting paid to play a kid's game for a living. It doesn't get any better.
Because you're not the guy that's out there every single night, is there any chance maybe you put a little bit extra pressure on yourself when you are out there on game night and you're the guy in between the pipes, thinking perhaps that, if I don't have a good night tonight, there's a chance maybe I won't be seen here for a couple weeks or for 10 days at a time. I could get buried.
Oh, I wasn't until now. Thanks for bringing that up.
I don't know anything.
No, there's no added pressure. I mean, I know the game doesn't change whether you're playing every night or every 3 weeks. Your job's still to go out there and stop the puck. And I think what does help me is my attitude towards the game and having fun and not really feeling the pressure that everybody else does, just because I go out there and have fun and, try and get in the way.
You talked about paying your dues, the minor league career. How many years did you spend in the minors?
5.
And you say translate that dog years goes in.
Dog years, so you times that by 735.
It's because of the amount of guys that you end up meeting there every year. They shuttle in and out. Ask him how many years he spent in the Western Hockey League.
Is it a record?
No, Glenn
hold the
Goodall.
Western
No, I am not Glenn Goodall. I am not. That was 7 years. Mine was about 5.5.
When he was 12, I think.
Did there ever come a time, I mean, did you ever think, am I ever going to make it up to that level, or just stick with what I'm doing? Eventually it'll get noticed and I'll get there?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought I'd get there, and I don't know if other people did or not, but I firmly believed it. My family stuck behind me the whole way. They probably thought I was crazy too, but perseverance pays off after a while.
And lowering your goals against average as well pays off. He asked us not to bring up some of his goals against average, but that's free reign right there.
Maybe he finally got some defensemen around him too, you know?
Absolutely. You had a few rough going years there, but that probably, in seriousness, probably made you a better goaltender.
Well, it did. The one year, actually the year I got drafted, I was in Victoria. I played 71 of our 72 games, which ended up being a record that year. And I didn't know my goals against until you guys nicely brought it up here, but it wasn't good. I know my record was 15, 55, and 1. But I was facing about 55 shots a game against. So in that way, yeah, it either burnt me out or made me better. I don't know which way.
You think you got to be good to be putting them out there for 55 losses.
You know, we didn't have anybody else. It wasn't a choice.
Or he's the only guy that was willing to put on the pads that for 55 nights.
There was a lot of guys with the pulled groins and the pulled hamstrings.
I can't go. You're going again.
Right.
We've got to take a break. We do that. We've got our trivia question here. We're going to give away the Q-Ray bracelet as we do here on our SportsPage Power Play show. It has to do with Steve Passmore, our guest here this evening. I want you to tell us the team that Steve made his NHL debut with. And we will get you one of those Q-Ray bracelets. Back with more Billy and Steve Passmore of the Hawks right after this.
Radio 720, WGN is Chicago.
WGN is Chicago. It's Sports Central. It's the Cubs.
Cap and Waddle on Sports Central.
Cap and Tom really make the show interesting.
Tom Waddle's got the absolute best voice on radio.
Well, thank you very much, ma'am.
And they're knowledgeable, they're opinionated, they're argumentative.
When Cap and Tom get going, they're like a married couple.
You're not hearing me. Oh, I hear you. I'm not listening to you. And that shirt doesn't match that jacket.
Sports Central on Radio 720 WGN.
He's an aerial cameraman who operates and manages gyro-stabilized cameras. His recent movie work, Titanic, Apollo 13, Armageddon. His degree, electronics technician. His college, DeVry.
Professors gave me real-world experience and skills, not just theory. I learned how to do things right there in the classrooms and the labs. I can't imagine having a job I like more, and the money's great.
Call 1-800-DeVry-11 for a higher degree of success.
You're beautiful, Ice.
An expert. How fortunate.
Eye of the Beholder is one of the most hypnotic and satisfying thrillers ever made. This may be Ashley Judd's best work to date.
I have a guardian who looked after me. Maybe he'll come back someday, huh?
Gorgeous and packed with voyeuristic thrills. Ashley Judd is mesmerizing.
Don't do this to me.
See the movie the critics are talking about. Eye of the Beholder, rated R, starts this Friday.
What brings anglers, hunters, boaters, and outdoor enthusiasts indoors January 22nd to the 30th? The Chicagoland Fishing, Hunting, Travel, and Outdoor Show at Rosemont, the best in the Midwest. See the latest in fishing, hunting, boating, ATVs, accessories, and outdoor vacation destinations, all under one roof. New pro seminars by national champs, new contests and attractions for the whole family, plus special kids' days. The Chicagoland Outdoor Show at Rosemont, January 22nd to the 30th. Catch the big one.
It's a matter of being prepared, and I mean Dallas is a team right now has a lot of injuries, but they've got a lot of character on that side, and they're a team that never quits. So you got to give them credit, and we made two mistakes that cost us.
Yeah, it sure did last night. Had a 2-1 lead, 2 goals early in the first period in that game against Dallas, and then Rookie Lashenko gets 2 goals within 10 seconds of the third period out.
Yeah, the Hawks were playing well. They're moving the puck pretty well, and then Lashenko intercepts a pass from Brian McCabe and goes in and scores, and then 10 seconds later, right off the face-off, you see that every once in a while. You see a team all of a sudden they get pumped up and boom, it takes off. And till that point, though, I mean, Dallas was playing okay. They weren't playing great, but all of a sudden, the bounces went their way. The puck went on their stick, and they took off. And then they showed why that they're a great team. I mean, they don't have all their players there by any means, but they really, hunkered down, and their defense stood up and kept the lead.
Something like that happens. I mean, is that just a goalie looks for somewhere to hide when that happens? I mean, you give up consecutive goals within a mirror. I mean, you boom, boom. Next thing you know, you're down by a goal.
That's tough. I mean, that is a kick in the teeth. No question about that. But when you just basically, it was 2 breakdowns that cost us the game. I thought we played a good game. Other than that, and 10 seconds in a 60-minute game. It's a funny sport. That's the way it goes sometimes. Is you got 2 breakdowns and like you said, 10 seconds, 60-minute game, costs you 2 points.
Yeah, amazing. Let's go back out. Let's go out to the phone lines and let's get first up here. Is Tony in Chicago? Hi, Tony.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hi, Tony.
How are you?
Good.
What's
Can I take a crack at the trivia question?
You want to start right off with that? The first team that Steve made his NHL debut with? It's an easy one tonight.
Was it Edmonton?
It is indeed Edmonton, yes. We tried to avoid mentioning anything about Edmonton in that first segment, but that was when do you remember everything about your first time in an NHL game?
Yeah, I do.
You still
actually
recall it like it was yesterday?
First goal scored against me, team was Solani.
Not a bad guy to give up a first goal.
Second goal, Paul Correa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you save those pucks?
Thanks for coming out. Yeah, they went in and I grabbed them.
I was going to say,
my trainer.
Hey, it's Tamus Solani,
Yeah, it wasn't. The worst part about it was I talked to Bobby Asenza before the game, and he asked me. He says, "All right, do you want any tips on any of the shooters?" And I'm like, "Hey, give me anything you got, anything." He says, "Well, Solani, unbelievable one-timer." He says, "Always hits the net. First goal, Solani, one-timer, across the ice, boom."
Did you even see it?
So I saw it go right past me, actually. And then he said, "Korea." He said he'll come down on the defenseman, he'll cut back inside, he'll shoot back through his legs. Cuts back through the defenseman, shoots back through his legs, right through the screen.
Right
goal
through
number
you.
2. Well, after the game, I went up to Bobby and I said, "Don't ever tell me about another shooter, because everybody you told me about it happened exactly that way." He wrote the script that night.
The good news is the scouting report was right on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
Hey, Tony, well, I'll let you talk to him, but when we're done here, hang on, and we're going to get you that Q-Ray bracelet for knowing the
Okay, Steve, I'd just like to congratulate you. I think you're having a great year, and I know I speak for many Blackhawk fans. We really like to see you here for a long time, in whatever capacity. My question for you guys is, what's going on with Tony Twist?
Well, from what I hear, Tony Twist is still rehabilitating from the injury he sustained in the motorcycle accident over the summer. There were too many injuries to mention. The list goes on and on, but he's such a strong guy. They said that he was lucky that he was so strong because of the recovery that was needed, and he could have been even worse, as crazy as it sounds. I mean, I think he broke both of his femurs and the hips.
They're talking of never playing again, never mind trying to rehab.
But they think that he'll be okay with regard to walking, but I haven't heard any update in his progress for the last few months, but I knew it was going to take all year.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Tony, hang on the line. Don't hang up, because I want to get you that Q-Ray bracelet for getting the trivia question. Edmonton, did things just not work out up there, or what was the situation when you finally did get a chance to get in there and maybe show what you could do?
Well, when I finally did get up there, just seemed like bad timing almost. I got up there. I seemed to be playing fairly well, but we weren't winning. We were losing games 2-1 and 2-0 and stuff like that. So, after my 6-game stint, then they traded for Tommy Salo. So then they had Tommy, Bobby Asenza, and myself. I was the guy on the 2-way contract. Bye-bye.
Now, you come here as a free agent.
Yep.
And Tony asked, talking about Hawk fans would like to see you here. What is your contract situation, and would you like to make Chicago a home for you?
Absolutely. I'm here for 2 more years after this one. So hopefully, if everybody will have me here and the fans want me around, if the organization wants me around, I'd love to make it longer than that.
How excited were you to get a 3-year deal? I mean, most guys now are having trouble getting a 1-year deal. All of a sudden, a guy who has been up and down, and then gets a chance and signs a 3-year contract.
Won the lottery.
Yeah.
I really did. When I talked it over with my wife when the contract came on the table, and it's really funny. We were going over, and I'm like, "Oh, what do you think about it?" She just looked at me like I had 3 heads. Take it.
And I mean, to be serious, you had a chance to come back and play for Lauren Mulligan.
Well, that was a big. That was probably the one thing that made the deal happen. No question about it. I had a good opportunity with Lauren for 2 years in the minors. We'd gotten along. He liked me. I liked him. I really like his philosophy in coaching. Mm-hmm. I like the type of person he is. So when you have a chance to go play for a coach that you've played for before, you usually try and jump on that.
How crazy, though, has this year been with regard to everything that has happened in the front office and in the coaching ranks?
It's been a different year. It's been trying, I think, on everybody. I don't think anybody can put a finger on what's going on, or people ask, why aren't we winning? If we knew that, we'd change it. Mm-hmm. It's that simple. Right now, we're trying to find ways, and we're getting better, no question. I think we're taking strides, and we've just got to make sure we keep improving. And we've stumbled the last 2 games, but we haven't fallen down.
He's Steve Passmore, goaltender for the Blackhawks. Billy Jaffe also alongside. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to more of your phone calls right after this on our Sports Page Power Play.
Are you tired of mops and cleaning products that just don't work? Most of us are. This is the new Star Glider. It's a 3-in-1 cleaning system that cleans, polishes, and dusts all in one. The Star Glider is so powerful, it even cleans without chemicals. Watch this. Scuff marks, no problem for the Star Glider. It also removes stains, dry dirt, grease, and grime using only water. Even sticky stuff like jam, chocolate syrup, and honey are no match for these Star Fibers. They do the work for you. Regular mops just spread germs around. It may look clean, but it's not. The Star Glider is proven to remove 99% of germs and bacteria without using any chemical cleaners. The secret is in the millions of Star Fibers designed to trap dust, dirt, and bacteria, leaving your surfaces ultra clean without residue. The Star Glider polishes floors, windows, and all of your glass surfaces streak-free in seconds. It doesn't only polish and clean, it's a static charge dust machine. The Star Glider grabs pet hair, pollen, dust, and mites like a magnet. The rotating head swivels into corners and glides around baseboards. The telescopic handle allows you to clean, dust, and polish in all those hard-to-reach areas. The Star Glider pad is machine washable and guaranteed for 3 years. Baseboards, floors, walls, windows, blinds, ceilings, even boats and RVs. The Star Glider is all you need. The Star Glider 3-in-1 cleaning system is yours for only $19.95. If it's not the fastest, safest, and most effective way of cleaning ever, you'll get your money back. But wait, call now within the next 20 minutes and you'll receive a second Star Glider absolutely free. That's 2 Star Gliders for $19.95. Call now.
Order in the next 20 minutes to get 2 Star Gliders for only $19.95. That's 2 for the price of 1. Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-758-3636. That's 1-800-758-3636.
Well, I think anytime I come back to Chicago, it's always motivation to try and play your best. And the fans are always good here to me, so, I always want to try and put on a show, for them also.
Remember him? Eddie Belfour. Good to see him back. Got a win against his former team. I know he's always psyched.
He beats a lot of teams.
Yeah, he's always extra psyched when he comes in and is able to beat the Blackhawks. Mm-hmm. Did you have a favorite, Steve Passmore, our guest here with the Blackhawks, did you have a favorite goaltender growing up or anybody that you followed and maybe tried to emulate their style or anything like that?
Okay, if you've ever seen me play, I don't emulate any semblance of style. So that's, my 2 favorite goaltenders would be Ken Dryden and Mike Palmateer.
Mike Palmatier.
Great name.
There's a name for the
That is a
isn't
great
there?
name,
Wow.
number 29.
Well, that's where my number comes from. Both of them were 29, and those might be my two favorites.
Both of them stand-up goaltenders. I mean, Kenny Dryden was, he was real.
Kenny Dryden was big man.
Yeah, he still is a big man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but it seems like you bring up a point, though, about how goaltenders, or about your style, you don't really have a style. But it seems like a lot of goaltenders now have gone to that more athletic style of play. Hasek is Gumby out there. You have a similar style. I mean, we're seeing some other goaltenders that are just relying on instinct now instead of a set style.
Well, there's still the Francois Allaire, the Patty Roy style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's big. Jocelyn Thibault plays that style very well.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for me. I tried it. It doesn't work. I don't know whether I'm too small or I've never played that way, and changing now probably isn't going to work.
It just seems like goaltenders are not, they don't feel that they have to play a certain style, and the league doesn't. It seems like the league just says, hey, if you stop the puck now, I mean, Freddie Brathwaite, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you stop the puck, that's all that matters.
You don't have to be pretty anymore.
Yeah.
No question. It's all, and I think Hasek helped us all out with that, because he's not pretty to watch. I mean, makes huge saves and everything, but style-wise, if you were running a goalie school, you'd be showing him as the don'ts, not the do's. No question about that.
Just do sign a kind of contract that he did. Right.
Fair enough.
Back out to our Ameritech phone line. Stan in Joliet's been waiting. Hi, Stan.
Hi, I think you guys do a great job on Monday nights. It's fantastic to hear intelligent hockey talk.
Thanks, Stan.
Intelligent. Oh,
Well,
okay. Wow.
Get out of here.
He must be talking to me.
all three of you guys. And Mr. Passmore, I think your last name should be saved more. It's so entertaining when you play Detroit. I wish you were the number one goalie for the Blackhawks. How do you feel about that?
Well, I wish I was too, but right now it's not working that way. Hopefully, I'll work my way up to that in a few more years. Like I said, I paid my dues downstairs, and now I think it's all about paying your dues here, and hopefully I'll get a chance to step up to number one.
My one main question for you was, what was this mysterious disease that you had that we read about when you first came to the Blackhawks?
Yeah,
They needed magnets to clean your blood?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. It was good.
I was waiting. I was.
We did a feature and we ran it on the show in the beginning of the year. I know Amy went out and did this lead poisoning. Tell a story behind it.
All right, you guys ready? Let's say this once.
We're going to turn the lights off too and see if he glows after the story.
It was environmental poisoning, heavy metal poisoning, and that's what led to physiological muscle
Too much
cramps.
Metallica.
Hey, that's a great concert.
AC/DC, all right? It was heavy metal poisoning, which caused severe muscle cramping, and basically kept me out of hockey for 2 years and threatened to end my career. Doctors in the Oilers organization told me to retire. Quite a few doctors told me to retire, but eventually I went to one final one in Calgary, and he asked me to give him 3 months to get me back playing, and I said, well, I was actually looking at life after hockey, seeing what I was going to do and where I was going to go, and from then on, I gave him his 3 months, and what do you know, he was bang on the money, and I was back playing.
Now, they didn't know what the diagnosis was right off, right? This took a while for them to finally figure out what was the matter with you. Were there people say, here's one of these, what's with this goaltender here? What's the matter with this guy?
That was the year and a half I took actually being a lab rat for every doctor with an idea, basically all over the U.S. and Canada.
Have they ever found anybody else with similar?
My sister?
Signs? I mean, they have that? Your sister, yeah? Oh.
My sister does. It hasn't been proven, but the neighbors down the road that also drank the same water as I did have some of the effects of it as well. So there hasn't exactly been wide-sweeping tests or anything like that, but my sister has.
It's from the water you drank as a kid.
That's the best they can narrow it down to, is that it was the creek water that we got.
Are you still on medication? Are you still being treated for this? Is it something that goes away or something you live with for the rest of your life?
Something, the chelation that I was on, which is injecting magnets into your body to pull the heavy metals out. I was, up until September, taking them once a month. I haven't got one in a while because I've been feeling all right. I still take 16 pills before every game. Just that's what I took when I came back, and I almost lost this career once. And once I found something that worked, even if I don't need it now, I'm still going to do it.
Yeah, it's a great question, Stan. And I got to hit a break here. But did you ever find people, in that year and a half while things were happening, maybe people, it's something that you can't see. It's not visible. It's not an injury where people see a broken arm or a bone sticking out. Maybe people were questioning even your work ethic a little bit, or did they question your mind?
They thought maybe it was stress, whether it was nerves. I got too excited before games. I got too pumped up. Maybe mentally I wasn't strong enough. But finally I had to tell them, listen, talk to anybody that knows me. It's not my head. It's not a mental thing. I don't feel stressed. I don't get stressed out. So finally, one doctor believed me, and he was the one that found out what was going on.
Stan, I appreciate the phone call. It's a great question, and I'm going to hit a break. We'll come back. We'll get Jim. We'll get Richard. We'll get others. For Steve Passmore and Billy Jaffe, right after this.
Are you going bald? Here's good news. Rogaine, Propecia, and the latest advances in hair transplantation are helping thousands of men and women regrow their hair. Which solution is right for you? Now, the nation's leading medical group in the treatment of hair loss is offering a free video that helps you decide. Call Medical Hair Restoration toll-free now, 1-888-900-HAIR, and ask for your free video. Using 3D animation and graphics, the video explains what causes hair loss and why hair transplantation works. You'll also learn the latest facts about Rogaine and Propecia treatments. Interviews with doctors and patients will give you the information you need to make an informed decision. Isn't it time you did something about your hair loss? Take the first step. Call Medical Hair Restoration toll-free now, 1-888-900-HAIR for your free video. That's toll-free, 1-888-900-HAIR.
From dangerous winds to severe storms, Chicagoland looks to one weather team to keep them one step ahead of the storm. CLTV. With more than 30 years of combined meteorology experience, our weather team are weather experts, monitoring Chicagoland's weather 24 hours a day, keeping you informed on a storm's progress minutes, hours, even days before it occurs. Updates that will help you plan your day accordingly from the weather team that watches over Chicagoland 24 hours a day. CLTV.
We played a lot of games recently. I think we played something like 8 games in 14 nights, something like that. Maybe less than that. So it's a lot of games, and we have to get back on the winning note on Tuesday and on Thursday, and make the best of the the end of January.
And Thursday it'll be Colorado. They're going to be home against the
great rivalry now. The Avs and the Hawks.
And hopefully can get them the way they did the last. Started on a good little winning streak. I thought there was a big win when you had against Colorado, and maybe you can continue that and pick up another one Thursday. You don't know if you'll be playing yet Thursday night?
Not sure.
You'll
hopefully.
You'd find that out on Thursday morning?
No, he'd usually he'd let us know on Wednesday.
All right, let's go back out to the phone lines for Steve Passmore, Blackhawks goaltender, Billy Jaffe here too, and Jim in Chicago's next. Hi, Jim.
Hey guys, how you doing tonight?
We're good.
Hey, just a couple of questions I wanted to ask you. First off, what did you think of the arrest of Kevin Stevens over the weekend? Pretty shocked by it?
Yeah, he had a rough weekend downstate there.
Yeah, Kevin had a hard time. The Blues and the Rangers had a game, and he was arrested afterwards. He admitted to using crack cocaine, and Kevin is under the substance abuse program right now that league instituted, and as of earlier today, he was still in custody by the St. Louis area policemen, and obviously full details aren't out yet, and you hope that it gets cleared up real soon, but obviously Kevin Stevens needs to get some help, and I hope he does, and I hope everything works out for him and his family.
Yeah, another question I had to ask is, let's be realistic with the Hawks team this year. I mean, it looks like more than likely this is going to be the third straight year they don't make the playoffs. I mean, some games you look at them and, you see more excitement at Skate on State. I just thinking, what can we do to get this team, up and moving like it was, in the early 90s when Mike Keenan was there running the show or something. I mean, it's just, hopefully Mike Smith is a step in the right direction. We could get some better players, but, let's face it, this team is kind of, skating in mud some nights.
Well, I mean, changes will happen. I mean, especially if they don't make the playoffs. I think we're in consensus on that. But, like I said at the top, they've kind of been teasing us. You played some quality opponents the last week to 10 days, and you were beating them. And then, you had over 20,000. Really good crowd there was Friday night against St. Louis. The fans were starting, I think, to come back. You were playing so well, and then 11 shots on goal. You're not going to beat anybody.
Yeah, to me,
happens.
that's discouraging, and I know, Lauren, that was really discouraging too as well, the 11 shots on net. Watching your game against the Devils, now that was a pretty good hockey game too. I mean, that was up and down the ice, and that wasn't decided until third period when the Devils scored a few goals. But they played some great teams. I'm not discouraged by last night's game. Obviously, as we've talked about, well documented, those 10 seconds were the difference. But that Friday night game is what a lot of people remember, and as Rob pointed out, there were so many people there as well.
Oh, there were, and that's a tough thing. You always, you want to put on a good product, especially when there's a lot of people there. But to say it looks like we're skating in mud some nights and questioning our talent, and I really hope you're not questioning our heart or our pride, because I'll tell you, there's a lot of pride in that dressing room, and there's a lot of heart, and there's a lot of talent too. So no, you're right. We haven't pulled it all together right now, but. The one thing I really hope is you're not questioning our heart.
Jim, I appreciate the call. And the other thing I would say too is the difference. The thing that I noticed, it's a lot different from the beginning of the year. I think at least the games they're more exciting right now. I think win or lose, even when you're losing the games, you're in them. Except for that game Friday night, they've been pretty exciting. You got guys willing to drop the gloves early on the games
get up
here,
to a better start,
hitting some people, and getting back to maybe a little bit more physical style of play as well.
Smart physical play though. For a while at the beginning of the season, it wasn't so smart. It was taking a lot of penalties at inopportune times. It seems like now the play has transformed to a much smarter play. Whether the guys are fighting or not, like a Ryan Vandenbush or Bob Probert, that doesn't really, I don't look at that, but I look at the smart physical play, and I see that happening now.
You like a physical game in goal? If anybody comes near you in that crease, you got to
love a physical game. I think that's the way a team should play, no question. I think the more physical you are, the more excited you are, the higher the energy. That's what fans want to see. That's what we want to produce. That's the kind of game we like. That's the kind of game we want to play, and that's the identity we're trying to get for ourselves around the league.
I still think back to that season opener against San Jose and all the brawls going on. The best shot of the year, I think, so far was you leaning against the boards with your mask on top of your head, just exasperated at what was happening. Everybody was tearing off. It was just a wild scene. You ever had a really good goalie-on-goalie brawl? Anybody that really...
Yeah, a few of them.
What's the one that really pops in your mind if I said that?
NHL-wise, Garth Snow beat me up last year. Did I say that? It was a draw. No, I had a few good ones in junior too, but
he had 3 in one game in juniors.
Then they told me I was supposed to stop the puck. I didn't know that.
Not afraid to drop them. Let's get Jim. Thanks for the call. Let me get Richard. He's been waiting on here patiently. Hi, Rich.
Hello, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Steve, I wish we can play Detroit the rest of the season. You'd have the Vezina locked up, man.
You and me both.
My question was on the players that have been out for a while. One of them is Alex Zhamnov, Brad Brown, and Mark Jansen. I wonder if you can give me some insight on those guys, when they're going to be back in the lineup.
Brownie just came back, too, didn't he?
Brownie just came back. He had the
split knuckle.
Laceration on his hand. Mark Jansen's had back surgery. He's out indefinitely. We're not sure where.
Starting to skate, though.
Starting to skate, and he's getting better. Mm-hmm. And, that's always a positive sign when you come back after your back surgery and you get back to skating. And, we're just happy to have him back around the dressing room. And, hopefully he comes back soon. As far as Zhamnov,
he was just put on the IR, retroactive a few days ago, I believe. So I think he's going to be out for a little while longer with the hamstring.
He's got a little hamstring problem. Yeah. As far as how long it's going to be, we don't know. I'm not the trainer.
Yeah.
Richard, I appreciate the phone call. I got to hit a break. Let me do that. We'll come on back more with Billy Jaffe and our guest tonight, Steve Passmore, Hawks goaltender, with our power play in just a moment.
in a world where nothing is what it seems lies a tangled web of aggression and pain. Never has there been a battle so fierce until now. Andre Trevelyan, Nicholas Anderson, and Steve Malte. Chicago Wolves. Be there.
It's Wolves hockey at the Allstate Arena. Call 1-800-THE-WOLVES.
If you love the outdoors and you love boating, you're really going to love this year's bigger, new Chicago Boat RV and Outdoor Show, January 26th through the 30th. Come see the newest boats, RVs, fishing tackle, accessories, and travel destinations. We've got the best deals on everything for the great outdoors, so why wait? Come to the all-new Chicago Boat RV and Outdoor Show, presented by Boating.com, January 26th through the 30th at McCormick Place North. See you there.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Chicagoland is on the move. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, CLTV is there.
A new breakthrough in the fight against heart disease.
Governor Ryan in town tonight.
Another storm system blowing through Chicagoland.
For award-winning local news, weather, and sports, turn to CLTV, Chicagoland's television.
Long Beach with 11 shots and 2 power play opportunities. The Wolves, 2 shots. High slot, Kenny shoots, Triple-Up to save, rebound, Triple-Up, another great stop in the far post. Quickly to Nemechek.
Yeah.
And Billy, you've seen this guy in action a lot this year, and he had a great week. Just named today the IHL Player of the Week, so he is our goaltender of the week. He was in the IHL. He's our Amico Player of the Week this week on the power play.
And very deservedly so. Andre Trevelyan really was moving well this weekend. Another athletic goaltender, a lot like Steve Passmore. He drops his stick, he'll flop around, but he seems to do things that just lead the team to victory. The Wolves are blessed to have 2 great goaltenders. Wendell Young has been excellent. We've had Wendell on the show earlier this season, and Andre Trevelyan as well. He just steps up. He was out for a while. In my opinion, though, he's really gotten his game legs back, and he really moves well. He was at the top of his crease last night. He was really seeing the puck well.
And the Wolves beat a great goaltender, and Javi Bullen was playing for Long Beach. He made his debut with them this weekend. Back out to the Ameritech phone lines. We got Randy on the line. Hi, Randy.
Hi, guys. How you doing this evening?
Randy.
We're good.
That's good. Steve, I just wanted to let you know you're a pleasure to watch out there. We finally have a good 1-2 combo here in the Chicagoland area. I got a question for you. It seems to me the other teams in the National Hockey League, there's always traffic in front of you. With the Blackhawks, for whatever reason, we get our 2-point men out at the points. With the center and wings either behind the goal and on the side of the goal. For whatever reason, we can't get any traffic in front. I would just like you to address that comment or question to see what we can do to get some more traffic in front of the goaltender.
Well, it's something we definitely want to work on and get people in front, because as you said, other teams in the league are very good in getting in front of ours. Sometimes, though, it's not always better to be right in front of the goalie, but if you can, depending on the goalie you're facing, if it's guys like Shields in San Jose and guys like that really come out and challenge the shot, if you can be 2 feet off to the side and shoot wide, purposely shoot wide and aim for your player that's 2 feet off, you're going to have a better chance of beating him, because you're going to be off to the side and away from him, because he's not going to let it in from far away like that when he's out so far.
Yeah, and a lot of times just being off to the side of the net allows also, or being at an angle allows for rebounds to come your way. If you're right on top of the goaltender, now granted, sometimes you need to just get that traffic in front of the net, especially on the power play. A lot of times you need a guy in there to help screen. But otherwise, you need a guy just maybe to be off the side and up. You don't want to be sucked down too low. Otherwise, you also take yourself out of position for rebound opportunities.
Randy, thanks for the phone call. Let me get Bobby in Wheaton next. Hiya, Bobby.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Good.
Hey, Mr. Passmore.
Hello, don't call me mister.
All right. I'm currently getting my doctorate in clinical psychology, and I have a strong emphasis in sports, and being a former goaltender growing up, I was just wondering...
You have a doctorate?
I'll be finishing up pretty soon. I'm getting ready to put my third in the summer, so...
It's an oxymoron.
Andy was a goalie, yes, really.
Yeah, well, that's rare, I guess. But I was just wondering, you seem to have a very laid-back personality, which I'm sure helps with stress. And I was wondering, do you use any type of mental techniques for preparation before a game?
I use visualization to some degree.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd probably.
Yeah, it's like music or anything like that, or
Pardon me?
let's use music or anything like that,
special
or
song, eat anything specific?
No,
on game
I
day?
don't have any rituals. I don't have anything like that. Music, as long as it's country, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
You and Jamie Allison, huh?
Yeah,
Country
Jamie and I can hang out together. Exactly.
You guys sit in the front of the bus.
other than that, it's just a little bit of visualization, actually, before I go to sleep for my nap.
Yeah.
Before the game.
Great. Well, thanks a lot.
Thanks for the call.
Bobby, thank you. Appreciate the phone call. Who's got the hardest shot you've ever faced?
Hardest shot I've ever faced?
Someone just
Darcy
took one.
Martini.
Darcy Martini.
Yeah, go ahead. Try and figure out who that is. Come on.
Where's Darcy
Come
Martini?
on, smart
these
guy.
days?
Yeah.
Darcy Martini.
Well, good martinis. I know where to find good martinis, but the Darcy type.
Somebody out of the Western League, obviously?
No, he was in the minors.
In the American League.
And played with me in Cape Breton. Possibly one of the hardest shots I ever faced. The other one, actually, I haven't seen. No.
No, exactly.
You didn't ask him fastest skater. It was Todd Reardon, actually, on St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a cannon. There's quite a few guys. I haven't faced McGinnis' shot yet, so I'm.
Jocelyn can speak firsthand about that one, obviously.
Josh let me know exactly how hard it was, actually.
Do you want to face? I mean, are you excited to face Al McGinnis' shot to live through it? Basically,
Absolutely.
yeah. You just can't wait to do it, huh?
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't.
Extra pad in the hand, though.
You know what? It's just if I can actually say I stopped it,
yeah.
You know, or I saw it go by. Whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I mean, I remember I stopped Ray Bork, and he doesn't have a hard shot, but
deadly accurate.
It was just the fact that you know, or him or Paul Coffey, one of the guys, you know, and got the shot, and after the save, it's kind of like, hey, it's Coffey.
Can you sign this?
Yeah. Apparently, that's really not what you should do, though.
We got to take a break. This guy, 2-drink minimum, will be appearing 5 nights a week.
Yeah,
he's going to be appearing over there soon.
Come on. We'll take our final break. Come back, wrap things up with Billy and Steve right after this.
From market trends to consumer advice, making money is your key to financial success. Watch CLTV's Making Money, Friday nights at 8.
Now you'll never get left in the dark again. Introducing Click Lights. They're the smart lighting solution for every room in your home. With Click Lights, you're always just a click away. Now you can get the extra light you need where you need it when you need it, without any wiring, without any installation, and without all the cost. And now you can get 6 all-purpose Click Lights absolutely free of charge. That's right. The first 500 people who respond to this notice will be part of our market research group and will get 6 Click Lights absolutely free. Click Lights are so versatile you can use them anywhere. In the bedroom, they're great for those late-night trips to the washroom. The soft ambient light shows you the way, but leaves your spouse sleeping comfortably. In the kitchen, they're great for those dark cabinets and perfect for inside closets. Click Lights are great upstairs and down. The high-tech design matches any decor. And with an easy click, you've got all the light you need. Forget about those dangerous candles when the power goes out. Just click your way to safety. And you can use Click Lights inside or out. They make working in the garage a breeze, accenting the pool safe and simple. Perfect for that broken trunk light. And look what we've done with this walkway. Adults love them. Seniors love them. And look, Click Lights are great for kids, too. Watch out. That's a parent's nightmare. But with Click Light, everyone can be safe. Click Lights provide natural-looking light with just one touch. You've seen similar products selling for as much as $10 each. But if you're one of the first 500 callers that respond to this notice, you'll get the 6-piece Click Light system. That's a full $60 value, absolutely free. As a special bonus, everyone who calls today will also receive a 30-day free trial membership in America's Advantage, guaranteeing you the lowest prices in the country on more than 250,000 products and services. To get your 6 Click Lights, have your credit card ready. All you'll pay is $6.95 shipping and handling. And call the number on your screen. You'll get your free Click Lights, plus your 30-day free trial membership in the America's Advantage Discount Buying Club. Sorry, no CODs or personal checks. Don't delay. Call and get your 6 free Click Lights today.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. Final few moments here on SportsPage with Billy Jaffe and Steve Passmore. Just over a minute or so to go. Big news yesterday. Keith Primo trade over the weekend.
Yeah,
Did you see that one coming? Or not for Brindamore, maybe.
Well, no, I was surprised about that. We found out yesterday down at the arena that it was official. I like Rod Brindamore an awful lot. I mean, I think he's a great player. When he was at Michigan State, I played a few games against him when I was at Michigan, and he's a great player that year that he was there. And I think he adds a ton of intangibles, and he makes Carolina immediately a better player. You got to remember, Primo wasn't playing this year, so it's going to take him a little while to get up to game speed. If you recall, last year, Pavel Bure gets traded after holding out for a while with Vancouver, and he gets hurt. So the thing is, how quickly are they going to rush Keith Primo back into the lineup? I don't know. They also give up a good goaltender in Pelté from first-round draft pick. Pelté, whatever,
Wow.
Yeah, the French-Canadian kid. We got the expert over here from Western Canada. Anyway, I think it's a good trade for both teams. It gives Philadelphia another big body, just like something they needed. It was another big guy up the middle.
I appreciate the time that you're able to come out here, Steve Passmore. Just tremendous. Let's get him out here again. This guy's a funny guy to have out here.
It's a lot funnier than you.
Ouch. Maybe next week we'll give him enough time to actually put the tie on. Obviously, he ran out of time this week with that.
No, my big salary from here, I can't get a new one.
Can't afford a tie. Bulls win 83-82 over Larry Bird and the Pacers. We'll show you all the highlights coming up on the late edition tomorrow night. We got the Chicago Fire coming out here. Frank Klopa's going to be here. Big announcement from the Fire. We'll do that tomorrow night. We'll see you then. Good night, everybody.
As the day winds down and the rush hour commute home is behind you, turn to Chicagoland Television for the only local news between 6:30 and 9 p.m. Count on CLTV to deliver all of the day's top stories to help you stay on top of what's happening in Chicagoland.